Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna make this video for financing a car. If y'all want me to make one for like leasing a car or like doing a cash cars, I can. I just gotta ask different family members. But yeah, the difference between buying and leasing though, for like those of you who don't know, leasing is basically like you're renting a car almost. You go to the dealership, you be like, hey, like I want to rent this, or I want to lease this car. They're gonna be like, okay, well, to lease it each month is gonna be like $250. In that $250, they take care of your oil changes. They take care of like any tire problems. They give you a set amount of miles that you can hit each year, and then that's that. You go over their miles, I think it's like 25 cents per mile, like nothing major. And leasing is really a great option, especially if you're like trying to build your credit up, or even if you're like, I don't really want to finance a car because I don't like having to keep a car for years on end. I like changing out my cars every 2 to 3 years. Leasing is definitely for you. Financing, on the other hand, you are paying to own this car. So like the way I imagine it is like financing is like a house, leasing is like an apartment. Financing this car, you pay monthly payments until eventually you own the car. Doesn't matter how many miles you get, all of the oil changes, maintenance, and everything that falls on you, unless the car is under a warranty. 9 times out of 10, brand new, actually all brand new cars should be under a warranty. Sometimes a used car will be under warranty. It just depends. It really all depends on the car, how many drivers the car is home, the whole nine. But if it's a brand new car, it's still under warranty. They normally take care of like first oil changes, first set of tires, any engine problems that happen, any like transmission, battery, whole nine. They take care of it free of charge. Another thing with financing is the payment that you pay is normally the set payment over the whole nine. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that with leasing, as your thing goes on, you have the option of like changing it. Don't quote me on that though. Don't quote me on that. Like, and what else? With financing a car, like you're going, and then that focuses on the MSRP, the out the door price. Definitely get a pre-approval for financing. If you're gonna lease, I don't really know the whole process for that, but I can find out if y'all want me to and make it another video. But with that being said, y'all, let's get into the video. Okay, y'all, first things first. As y'all know, I got a new car. I'm so proud of myself. Y'all have no idea. But like, first and first, I got a new car. And I feel like, why not share with y'all some tips and tricks that I wish I knew before going to the dealership. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be restocking my car. Because y'all, I got the cutest snack bin from Walmart. This thing is literally the cutest thing ever. And I just got back from the store, so I'm gonna restock that while telling y'all all of my little tips and tricks that I learned that I wish I would have known before even going to that dealership. I'm gonna get everything out the bed before I get started, so I don't have to deal with like the bag. But I don't know about y'all, I love keeping like little snacks in my car, especially because I spend a lot of time in my car, especially as a commuter kid. And y'all, I be hungry. There are so many days whenever I wake up late from class and I'm starving, or I'll see like a homeless person or somebody on the street and I'm like, oh, I wish I had something to give them. They give you food. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, now let's get into the video. Okay, y'all, so I wrote down all of my little notes in my phone. Let me pull it up. Okay, so first things first that I really want to get into for this video, y'all, is before you go buy a car, go get a pre-approval form. Like, you can go to your bank to get any type of pre-approval. Me personally, I went to Navy Fed because I bank with Navy Fed. And that pre-approval will let you know how much money you can actually afford for your car. Like, they'll give you like the months, the payment, the whole nine, and you can get gap insurance with your pre-approval. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, gap insurance at the dealership versus with your bank, that's 2 different payments. And for those of you who don't know what gap insurance is, basically if my car gets hit for whatever reason and it's totaled out, gap insurance will take care of my loan. You want gap insurance. You need gap insurance. You ain't got gap insurance, somebody hit your car, you still paying for a car that you can't even drive. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody need that. So go get that pre-approval. Like, hands down, #1 thing that you need to do before you even think about getting a specific type of car, the whole nine, go get that pre-approval form, see what you can and cannot afford, and then go from there. Okay, y'all, second thing that I would definitely recommend before you go get your car is decide if you want to buy or lease. Like, me personally, I am in process of buying, so like I'm financing my car. But I know my sister, when she got her first car, she leased it. Simply because my parents is not a co-signing parent. If you have one, that is good for you. Mine were not. And as a 19-year-old, whenever you ain't got no real credit on your history except for credit cards, these dealerships will look at you crazy. They will look at you and be like, so who gonna co-sign with you? So if you need to, I say go get a lease, and a lease will be a car on your credit history. You pay a couple months on it, you lease for like a year, and then you go finance a car if that's what you want to do. And leasing is also like really cheap. I'm not gonna lie. It's like maybe $200 to $300 a month max. And the dealership takes care of oil changes. Dealership takes care of like any maintenance light that come on aside from oil change. They get tires, whole nine. So decide if you want to buy or lease. I chose to buy because baby, I be ripping and running and I don't want people to limit my miles. But leasing is also a really good option. Another like big thing that I would definitely put up there with like pre-approval on like the what I wish I would have done is have like backup options. Like me personally, and if you know me, you would know I really wholeheartedly wanted a Honda Accord. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did not think that I would get a Nissan. I did not think that I'd be in my Nissan Sentra, even though I love this car so much. Like I did not think that I'd be in this car because all I wanted was a Honda Accord. That's the only car that I had my eyes set on. So whenever I found out a Honda Accord is like pushing 40K, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that every month. I wish I would have had backup options like off the top of my head to be like, okay, car A didn't work out, what's car B? So if you're gonna go to a dealership to buy a car, especially at a young age and you're like just getting started in like the real world for real, have multiple cars that you're looking at. Have like car A, car B, car C, shoot, even have car D, because baby, these cars not cheap and these dealerships are gonna try to get you for every penny that they can get you for. So definitely have your backup options with the pricing that you're willing to pay and stick to it. Y'all, that leads me into the next point. Stick to the price that you want to pay. When I tell you, I walked into this dealership, I was like, I'm not going over X amount of money. They showed me cars that was 5K more than what I told them. Talking about someone, it's only a couple K. Like, you know, that's really only what, like an extra $30 a month on your payment. Like, that's how they gonna get you. And they gonna get you in that $40,000 car, baby. Plus the interest, you don't want that. You don't want that at all whatsoever. So whenever you go get your car, whenever you start walking them lots, baby, look at that price. Look at that sticker price. And when I say look at the sticker price, I mean look at that MSRP. Look at the MSRP that is on that vehicle and stick to that price. So if your budget is 23K out the door, then you need to be looking at cars that are like 20K because they're going to get you for taxes and fees. And that's another thing. Y'all, one thing that like I did not know at all whatsoever whenever I was buying a car is that the sticker price actually isn't the price that you pay. It's the price that you're supposed to pay for the vehicle. But depending on what state you live in, you have taxes and fees that come with cars. And if you live in Georgia, like me, Georgia will add about $3,000 onto whatever vehicle price that you get and call it Georgia tax. And with that Georgia tax, of course, it includes like license, registration, some other thing. It includes all of that. But y'all, my little heart was not prepared whenever I went up to a car that was just, it was the exact price that I wanted to pay. They was like, so we're gonna add on the Georgia tax, we're gonna add on our dealer fees, we're gonna add on our doc fees, we're gonna add on all these extra fees, y'all. Price went up like 5K. I was like, oh no. Like, y'all, when I tell you these dealerships, they wholeheartedly will get you for every fee that they can possibly get you for. But some of these fees I thought were negotiable, they actually aren't. Hang on, y'all. Woo. Okay, y'all. Some of the fees that I thought were negotiable that actually aren't negotiable fees are the doc fees. And doc fees are basically like documentation fees that each dealership has. Some could be as low as like $20. Others are like $600. My best advice is to call the dealership that you plan on going to and being like, hey, what is your documentation fees? How much are they? They'll tell you. They'll tell you. One dealership was like almost $40. One dealership was like, it's actually free if you get a brand new car. Another dealership was like, yeah, $600, doesn't matter the car that you get. Did not go there at all whatsoever because baby, you tripping. And then the taxes that you have to pay, those are also non-negotiable. You have to pay them. Unless somebody works at a dealership and they know otherwise, none of them dealers, even the ones that like I knew personally, they couldn't get them things down. So it just was what it was. So with that being said, y'all, definitely keep in mind that like whatever price, like say you set your price at like 20K, right? 20K, that's your like top dog. You not going over 20K. You like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You really need to be looking at cars that are like 17K. Yeah, about 17, 18K. Because with taxes and fees, depending on the state you live in, I know for Georgia, it can be anywhere from like, I'd say $2,000 to like $3,500. It will get added to that price. And so when I say add like 2-3K, that's the price you want to pay. That's because that's what they're gonna get you for. If you're looking at a car that's 23,000, they're gonna get you for 26. And it's not even because like they want to get you for 26. Those are things that like the dealership has no control over. But one thing they do have control over is that MSRP. They have control over that, and they can actually lower that price. That's where the rebates and stuff come in. So when it comes to the price of your vehicle, y'all, the sun is going out fast. Okay. So when it comes to the price of your vehicle, y'all, go for a new car over like an old car. And I only say that if you're gonna like finance a car, you're not doing like a cash car or nothing. Simply because the newer the car, the more rebates they probably have on it. I know for a fact that like if you were to get like a Honda, Toyota, Nissan, I think Chevy does them too, they'll take like 2 to like 3K off of like a brand new car, no miles on it, no driver, because of how many they have. Whereas if you get like an older car that's like 3 years old, got about, I don't know, maybe 2 drivers on it, that price that's on there is the price that you're gonna pay. Like they're not moving, they're not budging. They probably won't even negotiate that price out of whatsoever because they don't have that many of like those cars on the lot. So it honestly is like basic supply and demand. Supply is high, demand is low, we could take money off. If you get that old car, be like, well, actually supply is low, but demand is high, so we finna add money to that car. Like that's how they finna get you. So it's always best to go for a new car if you're financing. If you're doing a cash car, that's a completely different process. Baby, I don't even know much about that whole thing. I would have to ask my dad for that, but yeah. So whenever it comes to that price, it's always better to get a new car as opposed to an old car. And y'all, when I tell you, you have to negotiate your price. Like the MSRP is the price that you want to pay on the vehicle. The out the door price is going to be the price that you're going to pay the second that you drive out for that dealership lot. The out the door price includes all of the taxes, the fees, if you get like extra stuff to the car, like I know some people be like, oh, I want upgraded this, or I want the sport this, like whatever the case may be, that's your out the door price. Your MSRP is what the manufacturer said that your car is worth. Do not pay $1 over that MSRP for the base price of your car, right? So I think, I don't remember what my MSRP was. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think it was like 23 something. I'm not gonna lie. It was like 23 and some change. Might have been 24. It was one of those. It was one of those and like some change. I brought my mother with me, of course, because I'm a bad negotiator, y'all. And she was able to negotiate that crap to where the MSRP that I paid was, I think, a couple dollars under what it was on the sticker. The only thing that was added on to that bill was the taxes and fees for the state of Georgia. Y'all, I've never been so happy because that was actually a really good deal for this car. Whereas like other people, they might have got MSRP plus taxes and fees plus like some random whatever, and it would have just been outlandish. Like, so yeah, y'all, people have been telling me that my whole life, and I really didn't listen because for whatever reason, in one ear out the other. But if my mom was not with me at the dealership that day, I would have paid the first price that they handed to me. Y'all never do that. Never do that. I didn't know this until that day. But the first price that they hand you is not the price that is the lowest they can go. Whatever they hand you, look at it and be like, no, I want lower. I guarantee you they're going to go to the back. They're going to stand there for a few minutes. They're going to come back with like $1,000 off. They're going to be like, okay, this is really our best price. It's the best we can do. Then if you be like, no, I don't want that, I want it lower, they're going to go back. They're going to come back. They're going to take like $500 off. They're going to be like, okay, this is our best price. This is really we can do. You be like, I don't know. Like, I just, Then they're going to go back. They're going to come back. They're gonna be like, okay, well, we can give you this package for free, we can give you this for free, and we can give you this base price. How's that sound? That's most likely the best deal that they can do. Kid you not. So always negotiate your price. Always focus on the out the door price. Out the door price is the price that you pay whenever you leave the dealership, not the MSRP. Out the door includes taxes, fees, packages that you like add to your car, and like anything else that like the dealership has, dock fees, whole nine. Do not focus on the MSRP for like what you're paying on the vehicle. Focus on the out the door for that number that you set prior to even coming to the dealership as to what you wanted to pay. Now, if you get a pre-approval, you know like what number you can and cannot go over because they tell you. They tell you your monthly payments. They tell you how much you're going to pay in interest. They tell you the whole nine. So I always recommend going to get a pre-approval form. I always recommend looking at that out the door price, not the MSRP so much. Once you decide the car, you negotiate that. Be like, okay, well, I see your doc fees are this. Can we wipe the doc fees off? Okay, y'all. So the last like couple tips that I have for y'all that I honestly wish that I would have like paid more attention to is, one, utilize the internet. Like, y'all, use the internet. I'm the type of person where I'm like, okay, I need to see the car in person. I need to be inside the car. I need to like look at this for myself. I don't want to look on the camera. Da 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 da. Y'all, that wasted so much gas that did not need to be wasted. Like, I don't know why my parents. Thank God for my parents, y'all, because they don't care. They drive me to Timbuktu if that's where I wanted to go to see whatever car it is that I wanted to see. But y'all, I could have easily looked online, been like, okay, this car looks okay. Like, okay, we can add it to the list. This car is a no, I don't need to drive out there to see it. This car, no, I don't need to drive out there to see it. Like, the amount of cars that I wasted gas driving out when I could have just looked online, babes, use the internet. Don't be like me. Use the internet. Be better. Be better than me. Second, do not buy the first car that you see. You will see 1,000,001 cars whenever you're in the car buying process. And if you're not picky, you're like, I just need the first car, like whatever, I just need to get from point A to point B, go for it. Get whatever car that you see first hit. Me personally, I knew that I wanted a car that I could drive for a good little minute because I plan on keeping this car through the rest of my college experience, y'all. I needed something that was reliable. I needed something that was cute. I needed something that had features, and I needed something that I would be able to be like, yeah, that's my car, and feel proud saying that. I was not finna go with whatever it is that they showed me on the first go. Don't go for that. If you don't have to, don't do that at all whatsoever. Be like, this is the car that I want. This is the price that I'm willing to pay. What do y'all have? And if they're like, no, we don't have that car, go to your car B. This is car B that I want. This is the price that I'm willing to pay for that car. What do y'all have? Guarantee you they have something along those lines, and they can work with you along those lines as long as you bring whatever it is that you need to bring to the table. So y'all, last but certainly not least, these people want to sell a car, y'all. They don't, if you don't buy a car, they don't make no money. These people want to sell you cars. They will work with you. They will help you out, do the whole nine. But baby, you need to help yourself too. If you're in the process of buying a car, start saving money. Even if you don't put any money down on your vehicle, have money aside in your account that if you got to put down, you're cool with letting that go. Especially if you have a certain car that you want that you're not budgeting on at all whatsoever. Because 9 out of 10, if you're my age group, and unless you big ballin' shot calling, if you a regular college student, you need to have money down for whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever car it is you're looking to buy, especially if you ain't got no credit history. Because baby, I sadly found out that the credit history I do have, they was like, that's not really like the car credit history. So like, what's some other credit history that you got? So definitely have some money ready to put down on the side that you need to. And if you don't have to put money down, kudos for you. That's better, because baby, this insurance not cheap unless you want somebody else's insurance. But yeah, those are all of the tips and tricks that I have that I wish I would have known prior to go buy a car. Thank y'all so much for watching. And before I close out this video, I'm gonna give y'all a little car tour, and I'm gonna show y'all my snack bin, because baby, as a commuter kid, as somebody who is always in a car and always waking up late forgetting to eat breakfast, this bin be saving me. Especially whenever like I see somebody who's homeless and I want to give them something but I don't have cash to give. Here's a Capri Sun, here's some snacks. Like, that's all I got. Okay, y'all, so I showed you in another video, but yeah, this is my baby. Her name is Snow. Very, very much love her oh so much. Ignore all these boxes. I'm gonna show y'all the food bin. Like, love my baby, love her so much. Okay, y'all, so me personally, I'm always in my car. Jesus, this is heavy. I'm always in my car. I'm always doing like different things. I'm always waking up late forgetting to eat breakfast. This thing be saving my life, especially because I'll be on campus from like 9:30 a.m. to like 5:30 p.m. Like, y'all, it class after class after class, like no breaks in between, y'all. They're saving me. Like, so of course I got my Pringles. I love munching on these, y'all. Like, I got my favorite snacks in here for real. Nella wafers, specifically the Kroger brand. I don't know why, but I feel like these are sweeter, so I like them more. My favorite little Cinnabon snacks, y'all. I be tearing these things up. Some applesauce. This is my favorite flavor. Ooh, I don't know if y'all can see that. I got some Capri Suns. And can't go nowhere without my wings. These are my favorite type of mints too. Like, I love it here. And then this little container, it came from Walmart. It was only like $5. Kid y'all not. If that, honestly, it might have been cheaper. Like, so yeah, I keep mints in my little like change holder. You know, I know you're supposed to keep change there. I just feel like it's a better place for mints. So yeah, y'all, that is a wrap on this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next video.